Welcome to Season 3.
We aspire to be piss poor.
I'm all for eating more meat.
Oh, let me just tell you one more thing. So I couldn't take my coat off, so I had to sit all the way through the performance with my coat on. They got my boobs out. Season 3, baby.
Whoop whoop.
We're back.
Hi.
Not that we've been anywhere.
No, back
With
for more.
Season 3. Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
Happy Season 3. Happy Season 3, Episode 1 to you.
Happy Season 3, Episode 1, Take 1.
Yeah, in one take. This is
Yeah.
good. So far, so
In a
good.
wanna.
New intro, I like it.
Yeah, listen to
I
it.
have, I promise you, I've listened to it. I listened to it tonight.
What do you think?
I love it. I
Yeah.
genuinely think it's good.
Good.
You are the king of the intro.
I don't know if you've been sarcastic or what there. Is it like, yeah, it's good, yeah, well done, you passive energy girl.
Honestly, I've listened to it and I love it. I think it's really
I'm
good.
pleased.
It's better than the last one. Can I say that? Because you did the last one.
Yeah, you can say what you want, mate.
Yeah.
You can say it's not as good as the first one. You can say whatever because you did the first one.
It's better than the first one.
All right.
It's the best one so far.
Is it?
Yeah, you've done well there, mate.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
As always, I'm here to compliment you.
Exchange. Calm down.
Just,
Same time, Ralph.
yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, man, you beat me to it.
What have you been up to?
Not a great deal, really.
No, me neither.
Although,
Dun, dun, dun.
I feel every day that goes past, more and more a Man United fan. It's really
Yes.
hurting me. It's like, it hurts a little bit.
Do you know what makes that sentence so much better as well? Because my United are doing quite well now, which obviously
I'm
means...
not, by all means, I am not jumping on the bandwagon of like a
You
glory
are.
thing. No,
You
I'm not. Definitely not. Definitely not.
This is what happens with football clubs. All them Man City fans and stuff and Chelsea
No.
fans where people have gone, they're doing well, I'm going to support them now. You doing the same because you know you're doing well.
Well, no, what it is the boy will only watch Man United. So, because he's a bit young,
He's a good lad.
yeah, and he supports Man United for some bizarre reason.
He's a good lad.
But he struggles to sit and watch a game. His attention span's not quite there. And because he can play football and he just doesn't understand football enough to have any passion, we've started Sticker Book this week. We've started the Premier League Sticker Book. Ava's got one, Noah's got one. I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to buy them both one. What an absolute nutter I am.
You said that. It's about 800 quid. To
Oh, don't, because...
That's 1,600 quid.
Shut
Still
up.
then.
Nah. There's going to be a point where Ava will drop off, I know it.
Do you know what? I know that you're not a big Facebook user, but I'm sure there's groups on Facebook that you can go on and do swaps.
Oh, more of that. Well,
You're
so-
going to need to.
Well, check this then. So, I bought like some bumper packs to start with. So, I bought like...
Bum packs.
Yeah, like you buy a tin and it's got like stickers in there. Be quiet. And then the actual book, and then it came with a pack of stickers, and then it came... But out of all the stickers we've got, and we've got loads, only 3 swaps.
Look how excited your face is at these stickers. Is this going to be an ongoing thing? You're going to keep us updated on
To be fair,
your stickers?
to the point where those two are doing stickers, I'm like, I want to do one.
Get your own book.
I can't afford that. Not a chance. Depending on how this goes, it might be one sticker book next year for us all to share.
For us all to share.
Yeah, I know, it's depressing, that, isn't it? But it's
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
if you 3-team it, then you've got 3 chance of swaps, haven't you? You've got different year groups at school. You can get your mates.
At work.
There's got to be other dads out there that have got a sticker book that can do swapsies. Everybody loves a swaps as well, don't they?
Do you know what I set the stall out really early? I was like, take your time sticking them in. Don't rush. Don't race. Because I said, when I was a kid, what used to really frustrate me is you'd think you'd lined it up and you put it in and it just drops slightly to the left or right and you'd have like a bit of white... I used to hate that. Like proper OCD. It's got to be done right. And fair play to the boy, he did well.
Taking his
He
time.
did well.
That's what I like to see.
And they've got the 2 rarest stickers in the whole thing. 3
Foily.
rarest stickers.
Was it a foily?
It was a foil. So it was the Premier League trophy and the Premier League ball, like at the front. So like they're like meant to be really rare. And she got a Dennis Bergkamp legend sticker.
Leg end.
Dennis Bergkamp? She's like, who's that? I was like, who's that? God, Bergkamp. I used to love Bergkamp. Probably my favourite Premier League player.
Ask Uncle Tez who he is.
Yeah. He's a chocolate teapot spot. What's it called?
I mean, chocolate teapot support.
It's something like that, innit? Chocolate teapot spot. I don't know, it's got his name. So, yeah, I'm watching loads of Man United at the moment. I was even watching MUTV the other day. Genuinely watching MUTV, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because it was...
Channel 418 on your Skybox.
Yeah, it was... oh, God, I can't... Konchelskis. Is it Konchelskis? He's got good English.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so he was on, but I was like, ooh, he's put some weight on.
He is beefy.
No, I was like, who's that? And I was like, I'm sure it's Konchelski. I think it was Konchelski. And he was talking to striker for women's team,
Russo.
Russo, talking to Russo about like suspicions and like going through process, she gets ready and stuff for football match and stuff. I was like, it's quite interesting. Then as soon as he finished, I was like, turn this off, because he walked out of the room. So I was like watching on my own. I'm thinking,
I used to find that watching Teletubbies. I'd start to watch kids and they'd gone. I'm like, again.
So
Lost an hour watching Teletubbies.
I was more interested in the United score this weekend. I watched the game, to be fair, than Sunderland.
That's because you're a Man U fan. You've been turned.
And we lost as well this weekend. We've got a place in that. I think disgraceful.
Man U didn't know.
Sunderland did.
Our team. Don't worry about them.
My team did.
It's all about our team.
So what shall we be?
Really quiet. Done nothing.
You must have done something.
I can't even think what I've done. No, it's just boring. Is there a sponsor this week?
There is a sponsor.
What?
We've got a sponsor. Season 3, episode 1. Sponsorship straight through the door.
Of course, because it follows on from season 2 where we had all them other sponsors.
Yeah.
And now we've got
keeping it going.
Straight into season 3. This is delicious. Go on, who's it?
So, do you like cider?
I love cider. Easy
I
rider.
love cider. So, this week's sponsor, Yorkshire-based cider company, been brewed for 17 years by the Dickens family.
Nice.
They guarantee that you can't start your day without a Dickens cider. This cider is for all the family. Myself, I can't think of anything better than waking up in the morning with a Dickens cider. Even my wife loves a Dickens cider. My cousin came to stay with us and she loves a Dickens cider. My auntie goes crazy for a Dickens cider. So come on, lads. For the sake of the economy, get a Dickens cider. 10% off at checkout.
10% tails at the checkout. Oh, yeah, I mean, a Dickens cider.
I love a Dickens cider.
It's the way to wake up in the morning.
I can't think about better.
And maybe before you go to sleep on a night.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Oh, it's very refreshing.
Lovely.
I feel a bit sleepy after Dickens cider.
Do you?
Yeah, I get a bit sleepy after Dickens cider.
Have you tried another Dickens cider?
I can't do 2 Dickens ciders. What's enough for me?
Oh dear, I've gone dizzy.
So yeah, that Yorkshire-based company.
What another great sponsor.
Yeah.
Another great sponsor. Face hurts already.
Good.
What are we talking about this week?
So this week we are talking about the 21st century. Whether it be a good thing, a bad thing. What's your opinions on stepping into that 21st century?
I mean, we've stepped in for it for quite a while already.
Yeah.
And it's going so far so good. Well, there's been a lot of changes. So we've set this as a topic to discuss.
Yeah.
And we keep it very loose. So I think we've both gone in very different directions on this one. Yeah. So how have you approached this subject?
So I've gone with things that we no longer can do or things that have improved since we're there. So today, you can talk on a phone and use the internet at the same time. So back in the day when we was kids, dial-up, if someone used a telephone, internet went off or vice versa. So, and there was only one computer that pretty much operated that internet when I was a kid. Now, we're all connected to the internet doing different things.
Yeah. Do you know what I was thinking about the other day? How weird it is when you think of, if you go back sort of 5-10 years, like when the smartphone really became smart, where's the next 10 years go? If we'd have gone back, say to start at 2000 and you'd have gone, right, in 23 years' time, you'll be able to FaceTime with somebody, you'll be able to put bunny rabbit faces on your calls and stuff like that. You'd have gone, you're absolutely crackers, you're off your tits, put them drugs down. Where do we go in another 20 years?
With chips, aren't we?
With chips?
Microchips, aren't we?
I love chips.
I love chips.
We're
there now, aren't we? Apparently there's like chips that have been implanted in people's brains, which are like curing deafness, curing depression. With that, they've done a human trial study on someone, put a chip in the head, and it's actually cured depression and anxiety and stuff.
Oh man, I love a bit of depression.
And so they're going for the second round of human trials. We're there. If they're now manipulating the brain waves for them sort of thing,
that's what
so
I mean.
medication.
If we're there now,
that's what I'm saying. But we're there now, but in like a very rough form.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is the thought of that now? So do you reckon is teleportation something that could happen?
Well, so I don't think it'd be teleportation. What you're thinking teleportation? I move my body from one place to another. It'll be I plug into something. And I then pick up some sort of like surrogate body at the other end, and I
back into that dick inside.
Yeah. Have you seen the film Surrogate?
No.
So that's pretty much they're in like a computer and they plug in, and then they're living their life out in like a virtual reality type thing. But what it'll be is you will say I want to go to Hawaii. I'll plug into some sort of vacant bot in Hawaii, and then I'll control that body or whatever. So I physically won't go there as me in my body, but my mind will go there, and I'll my mind,
just
my body. But
saying Hawaii.
But I'll go there and I'll experience everything I would if I took myself there. But I'll be instant. I'm there, and I'll just take some. So you'll book effectively a dummy to then take over at that end, and then part of that holiday. So like say it's a hotel with dummies in them, you take them that.
So if it's like a party you don't want to go to, you just go, I'll just book my dummy to take this party instead.
No, because you still have to consciously control that thing. Can't get that. What you do is you get there, you unplug, and then body just falls to the floor. But I genuinely think we're going to. So that's what I think teleportation will be.
I'm cancelling my shares in British Airways. There were no flights, is there?
Well, there won't be a need if you have everything where you need it. So like you book a hotel room, don't you, as a holiday? Well, actually, you book that room, but it comes with a dummy, effectively.
Most of the trips away I do.
But you plug in, and then instantaneously, so I finish work at 5 o'clock, by 5:05, I'm in Hawaii taking over whatever.
5:05? Take that long?
I don't know, I'm taking dial up, I don't know. Connection. But imagine if network went down, and you're back over, oh, bloody hell, I'm back in my living room. I was sat on the beach 2 minutes ago, and all of these ruins.
I was sat on the beach on a sunbed with my sunglasses on, just checking out the view.
Yeah. But maybe I was like white.
With my towel over my lap.
But yeah, but if the bodies are like if it's a robot that's like got no features, then that feature's gone now, mate. Or you spotty perving on. But yeah, so that's what I think time travel will be.
Oh.
Do you agree, disagree?
I'll be honest, I've no idea. I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
You ain't got a clue, have you?
No. I think so.
Did I speak then, or is that just in my head?
I think so. It just... When you don't know something, my brain struggles to comprehend that could actually be a thing.
Yeah.
And when you keep saying robots... So in Hawaii, there's just going to be robots. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
No, people live in Hawaii. But people from Hawaii can come live here as long as you book.
How will we know
robot.
it's a robot? Book your robot.
You
said book your robot.
Yeah, yes, it's like booking a holiday. There'll be robots everywhere.
Does that mean you don't have to pack a case?
Of course you don't, because you haven't gone there.
How do you change clothes? It's nobody wearing clothes.
Well, you don't need clothes, you're a robot.
Will I get a suntan?
No.
Oh.
You don't need one.
I do. If I go to Hawaii, I want a suntan.
Right, well, you have to get on a plane for that one.
Oh, what?
Or you're going to have to lay in a sunbed at home.
While my robot's in.
Yeah. I can't be counting someone on about.
Nah.
You're an idiot. Right, go on. Tell me about your 21st century was loves.
So I've been looking at this on things that we can't say anymore.
Yeah.
We've become a very, I don't want to use the word, but woke society, where the things we say are just not acceptable anymore. And as always, I've got some examples for you.
These are things you can't say anymore.
Yeah. So, basket case.
You can't say basket case anymore.
No, these are recommendations for 2022 that these are words that you can't say anymore.
What? I'd cost one basket case.
That's not the most strange one. Long time no see. You're not supposed to say that anymore.
Have you got reasons why we can't say this?
Yeah, so long time no see. You may think this is a cute thing to say to someone, but you haven't seen for a while. It actually derives from a greeting of a Native American man talking to early settlers. So it kind of strokes back to being racist. which most of these do.
I was going to say, there's other ones that I've come across where like it goes back to being like a bit... Like, is it... Go on, you keep going, it might come up.
So, gyp. GYP.
Yeah.
You might say you got gypped, which means that you've been ripped off. I think I would say jibbed.
Yeah, I'd say jibbed. Someone jibbed on someone. Like someone meant to turn up and they went, "Oh, you jibbed on me."
But it refers to gypsies in the sense that the thing derived from stereotyping an ethnic group.
Mm.
The ghetto, can't say ghetto anymore. Mandated locations for the ethnic segregation of Jews under the Nazi regime in World War II.
Is that what ghetto was? Because I always thought it was like an American gangster type.
Yeah, that's what you're saying, wouldn't you? But again, it generally something derived from something else, doesn't it? So yeah, rule of thumb.
Go on then, why can't I say rule of thumb? Because I say it all the time.
There's a lot of controversy around the origins of this term. You know it to mean a generally acceptable principle. It's said to derive from the laws in England and America dating back to the 1600s. These laws are said to have stated that a man could beat his wife with any stick no wider than his thumb, hence the rule of thumb.
I've got really fat fingers. This is in trouble.
But really little thumbs.
Got wide thumbs. Really? The rule of thumb?
Yeah. The paddy wagging.
I get why we can't say that, but...
So a slang term used for police van that picked up folks who got arrested. Paddy was a derogatory term for anyone Irish, drawing on stereotypes. Again,
I thought paddy wagon was like a nut van. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's next on my list. Nut van.
No, like, do you know people got out with here's a big long jacket with long sleeves, slip it in there.
Tie your arms around your back. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
So this is something to do with slaves, isn't it?
Yeah. So you think eeny, meeny is an innocent child's rhyme that helps kids count off or choose someone to be it. It's probably been recited, the little verse yourself, a number of times. Catch a tiger by the toe.
Yeah.
Actually was something else that wasn't tiger. That was very derogatory.
Okay.
That I aren't going to say the word on here. We will be cancelled.
Yes.
And imbecile. Imbecile.
Yeah.
Derives from a Latin term of weak. That is, refers to just the type of people who need society's compassion and care. Can't say any of them. Cut them out of your life now. Now, this is the Dad Tales podcast, where dads, we talk very much children. So I've got 5 phrases here that you're not allowed to say to your kids. You are going to absolutely hate these.
How long for? Ever?
Forever. You cannot say these 5 phrases to your kids. And I've got reasons why. You're going to hate these. I know you are. And I'm going to love
Who's checking up on me? I'm
going to love that you don't like these. You cannot say, we'll never afford that.
What?
We'll never afford that.
We'll never, or we can't afford that.
We can't afford that. Either. So these are things that you shouldn't be saying to your children because they'll grow up horrible.
I say to my kids now, we can't afford that.
Tell you why. Yeah. If something you really want is out of your price range, don't insist that you can never have it simply because money is holding you back. Instead, show your kids...
Get a credit card and rack it up to max and just keep that debt down the road.
To your kids. Instead, show your kids that you have control over your finances. You could say, for example, my dream is to buy a big house for us one day, but since we don't have the financial means right now, I'm going to take some online classes so I can grow my skill set at work and get a raise.
Bollocks. What a load of bollocks that is.
Number 2, you make me so mad. You're not allowed to say that to your kids anymore. As parents, it's important to stay calm and resist the urge to blame our kids, or anyone else really, for our emotions. Instead of acting out of rage over something your kid did, a healthier response would be... I don't like it when you do that.
I don't like it when you do that. So my kids just spilt paint over the floor. I don't like it when you do that. No, you fucking cretin. It's not on the floor, you dickhead.
I think it says you're allowed to say you fucking cretin. You're just not allowed to say it. Makes me mad.
Makes me mad. But that's in context. I understand flying off the handles. You know when sometimes a child will do something and you irrationally go, yeah, that's irrational. But if the child does something that they shouldn't do, you can't then go, I don't like it when you do
It
that.
just starts pissing on your set.
I don't like it when you do that. There's a toilet for that.
Number 3, you're not allowed to say, I hate my job.
I fucking hate my job.
Let's say you had an exhausting day at work and you just want to go home and vent to your partner. It might seem harmless because you weren't even speaking directly to them, but keep in mind that kids do pick up on this messaging. In fact, studies have found that our attitudes about life have big influence in determining our children's success, especially when it comes to academic achievement.
But I think it's a good thing for me to, if I don't like something that I do, sharing that I don't like that, so therefore aspire to be better than I am.
You could do an online course.
Yeah. And I'm telling them, so it's a case of if I'm a day work, I go, I don't like that job.
No, well, you're just not allowed to say, I hate my job.
What a load of shit that is.
I knew you'd like these. Number 4, I have to go to the store.
It's a toilet.
Whether you say that you have to do something, whether it's running an errand or going to dinner at grandma's house, you imply that you're being forced to do things that you don't want to do. Instead, show your kids that you're in control of your own time. It's up to you to decide when you're going to do, as well as when your kids are going to do it. It says you can teach them the important lesson by saying something like, I don't feel like grocery shopping today, but I want to make sure we have food in the fridge for the week. Or I'm tired, but we told Grandma we'd go to her house and I want to make sure I keep my word. The funny thing about that for me is, I can imagine Amy going, Leon, get to the shop. You're going to go, I really want to go to the shop. You have to go.
But that's showing that in society, you have to do things you don't want to do, but it's a functional process. Like, kids go to school. 9 times out of 10, kids hate going to school. I have to go to work because I want to put things on the table, things like, oh, I want to go do my bloody shopping. What a load of crap that is. Who is this advice from?
We've got number 5, hang on. You're not allowed to say, everything will be okay.
It's a cruel old world. There's monsters out there. It's not a good world.
You're not allowed to say everything will be okay. If your kid didn't get picked as a starting player for their sports team, convince them that everything will always turn out well.
No.
Don't prepare them for the future. Rather than telling them that there's always a happy ending, teach them that they're strong enough to handle life's inevitable curveballs. Hang on. Maybe your kid just needs to put in more practice time. If that's the case, comfort them with a hug and acknowledge their feelings by saying, I know you really wanted to get picked today, but there will be many more opportunities.
So I'm on board with that, but not saying everything's going to be okay.
You're not allowed to say it. Take those words out of your vocab right now. This is definitely written by somebody that don't have kids.
What?
I knew you'd enjoy them.
Yeah, they're brilliant then. Thing is though, I don't know. I think you should say everything's gonna be okay, and then it's the brush of we need to work harder. Things aren't just given to you on a plate. Some of them did actually contradict themselves a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, big time. I've got another little game for you to play.
Oh, what?
So when we talk about the most difficult thing I'm finding at the moment is this whole gender thing. The gender. Do you know how many genders there are?
92, isn't there?
Nearly. There's 112.
I'm fucking not even close. How many is 92? Close?
You're only 20 out.
How good is it? Bloody hell, I'm miles off.
Don't worry, everything's going to be okay.
Hang on. There's over 100 different genders.
There's over 111. Would you like to know a few?
Right, hang on. Just as we get going, is like gay a gender? That's a preference in it. Or like bisexual, heterosexual. They're not genders, are they?
I think they come under this banner, yes, of what...
But they're not a gender. They're a preference of your sexual orientation.
But...
There's binary and non-binary and things like that. And that's about as far as I know. Because I know male, female, binary, non-binary. And then your preferences are if you're gay, straight,
So you would be bi gender.
Okay, but that's still a preference. You're not associate. Just because you're bi doesn't mean you're both ways, does it? It means you like either a male or a female, doesn't it?
I don't fucking know.
I don't either.
This is the thing. Right, I'm going to go through a few of these.
By the way, we're not mocking this.
No, I think we're more mocking that we haven't got a clue about this.
Yeah,
stuff.
and it confuses me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to pronounce this probably wrong. Amicagender.
Amicagender.
Amicagender. So that's a
that
gender.
Sounds like a chuffing wizard's spell.
That's a gender or a disease that you've had. A gender that changes depending on which friend you're with.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
You try telling it to an amicagender person.
So if you can't do that, that's not fair. You don't have to do that.
What if you're with a group of people?
What was it? The two people there, and you're like talk show going, I'm a boy. Then you turn, look left, and go, that's right. Anyway, I'm a girl. I'm a boy. I'm a girl. Like just all the conversation, all the that's been that amicagender.
Oh, right, biogender.
Is that like you're like a chemical warfare, or you like chemical warfare?
Not a bad guess. A gender that feels connected to nature in some way. I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means. Because I get times when I say I feel connected to nature, I'm not like...
And now a tree.
Putting my willy in a tree.
I don't think that's what this is. I don't think it's actually what you're wanting to have intercourse with. I think it's what you identify yourself as. So if you're biogender, are you not identifying as something from nature? Like I'm a tree. I can't get it off from the grass.
So
it's not I want to sleep with a tree. Like, you know, there's people who like have intercourse like cars and like the exhaust and stuff.
Like theme park rides and stuff.
Yeah. So that you're not like a roller coaster gender, are you?
That might be one. Calagender, Kyle gender, Cael gender.
Kale
gender.
Kale.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the vegetable.
Yeah.
A gender that shares qualities with outer space or has aesthetics of space, stars, new balls, etc. Right, so...
How has someone got this affiliation when they've never left the planet?
I don't know. Caste gender, the feeling of gender is unimportant to you. Is that not like...
Non-binary.
Non-binary. So there's 112, but I would have said that there's got to be some sort of Venn diagram here of crossover, aren't there? Do you want some more?
Yeah.
Dom gender.
Don or Dom?
Dom, D-O-M, gender. Having more than one gender, yet one being more dominant than the other.
You have my eyes out here. So that's the same as that other one, that changed gender depending on who you're talking to.
But
one's more dominant, one's
a bit grumpy than the other.
If that's the personality.
Oh dear.
And do you know what? I want someone to talk to us about this who genuinely understands it. A guest. We need a guest that we can actually talk about. Because how am I supposed to educate my kids on this?
Well, this is one of my points, you see, because surely at some point these type of things have got to be brought into school just to educate kids on, something.
But where are these people finding this stuff out?
I don't know. It feels like that somebody's gone, I really like grass, so I'm going to create my own gender for that.
Yeah.
These going to be on a form at some point, and you're going to have to tick which one you are.
We're going to cut down more trees than we are. Can we get a guest on? Do you know anybody who's got sort of the... So this is all part of the LBTQ...
IBC A4392. Yeah, it's part of that, I think.
Right.
Gender neutral, the feeling of having a neutral gender, whether somewhere in between masculine and feminine, or a third gender is separate from binary. Again, is that not like whatever one I just mentioned, the caste gender, where you
can be whatever you want, whenever you want?
Gender punk, a gender identity that actively resists gender norms. Again, is that just not the same thing?
Gender punk that doesn't conform pretty much with genders.
Yeah.
We've just found a 16-year-old child, haven't we? We don't conform with society. That's all that is.
It's a criminal. Glass gender.
Breakable. Very fragile, very fragile in there.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. A gender that is very sensitive and fragile.
But what gender? No, that's just a personality. If you're a person that's quite vulnerable and not lacking confidence, you're not glass gender, are you? You're a timid person.
Yeah, mate, I am not disagreeing.
That's not a gender.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So if they're a fragile gender, but I want to know what gender they belong to, male, female, or whatever. That's not a gender. That's a preference. Surely.
Libra gender, a gender that feels a gender, but has a strong connection to another gender. Again, these are all very similar, aren't they? Some of these. What's the fine line between?
So I'm male, but I've got a strong affection to be female. That's a Libra gender. So I'm male, but I've got a strong affection to be female. So therefore, actually, no, scratch that. I associate as a female. Surely.
Omnigender. The feeling of having more than one simultaneous or fluctuating gender, simultaneous with multigender and polygender.
I don't know what you just said. And that sounds again like that first one way. I can, depending on what friend I'm with, I change my preference.
Paragender, the feeling very near one gender and partially something else which keeps you from feeling fully that gender.
How many people? So we've got 111 genders.
Subgender, mostly a gender with a bit of another gender.
That's the same before, eh?
Surgender, having a gender that is 100% one gender, but with more than another gender added on top of that. I mean, this to me is like colours. You know, you've got like red, and you'll have rosé and passion. And it's red. It's just all red. Just deal with it.
Okay. Have you spoke to your kids about genders?
No, because I don't get it. How am I supposed to explain?
No, but I want to know, do they know this? Or is it... Right, so I truly believe, let's take a percentage of the world and who these genders affect. I bet it only affects probably 5% of the whole population of the world, okay? And that's still a lot of people that's affected that need help and trying to discover themselves and things like that. But I actually want to know, because it's a new thing as well, it's a new phase, new fad, so it's like a young generation
It's
thing.
not a fad.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean fad. But it's a new generation thing. It didn't exist when I'm young, and I'm youngish, I'm not exactly old. So do kids of today that are like 14 to 18, let's say, do they know all these different genders? Or is it the people that are part of that cliquey niche? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I think part of being unique nowadays is trying to be unique. You're trying to away from the norm or away from the crowd or whatever. And I feel like sometimes this is part of that. Like, I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be classed as a boy. Everybody's classed as a boy. I don't want to do it. I want to be different. When I was a kid, I was trying to fit in and being a boy. Yeah. All I wanted to be was a real boy. Now it's trying to fit out. How weird. I mean, this could go on forever. We can't. If anybody wants to, I mean, we'd love a guest on. I genuinely love a guest on this thing. Not to poke holes and like belittle or thing, but for mere educational purposes. Just educate us. We are pretty thick with a capital F. We've got our new feature. It is questions from our glorious Dad Tales family. I'll do this week's question if you're all right with that. Yeah. And then you can do next week's. Okay. This week's question is, I'll be honest, it's quite a nice one, this one. It is, how do I get over the awkwardness of bumping into the same person as I walk around the supermarket? What advice would you give? Just start out. I always go, oh, you again? Oh, you're following me? I hate it. I don't mind it. Do you know what I genuinely do? And I did this the other day, so I know. I would go up one aisle, greet them. If you go down the next aisle and see them, then it's pretend I forgot something. Whip your trolley round, opposite direction, other end of the shop. Work your way back this way. Genuinely, yeah, because I can't be bothered with that. If I've met them on aisle 2, I know I'm going to see them again on aisle 3. I can't be bothered with that. Oh, it's you again. Oh, you're following me.
I would actually joke and laugh and have a think about it. Or I just blatantly ignore them. I just walk past them just like completely like they're not there. I have no problems. I've said it to them.
So what if you stopped them on the first hour and you had a bit of a convo?
Yeah.
And then you saw them again on hour 2?
I'd just ignore them, potentially.
Ignore them?
Yeah.
Would you not go, oh, you know what I was saying down there? And you remember what you said? Load of shit.
No, I'm going to keep it going. And I'd go, stop following me. I'll give me a rape alarm out.
It comes to the old Mickey Flanagan routine, doesn't it? The old, when you see your neighbour, you see him once, see him twice, oh, you again. You following me. You don't get to the 4th meet. The 4th meet's unheard of. It's a good sketch, definitely.
I'll take your word on that one. But I'll just ignore them or give them the nod.
So your advice is to ignore them or just keep nodding?
Yeah.
My advice is...
walk to the end of the shop.
Whip it round, other end at shop, work your way back this way.
Because why have you had to compromise? Why not them?
Because it's my awkwardness.
So what happens if you both go, whip it round and go, the store go,
that would be awkward, wouldn't it? And you tend to go your shopping in an order, don't you? So you're going to proper mess your order up. I'd be honest, I'd be happy with that. Just abandon my trolley and walk off to somewhere else.
Yeah, just leave it. About this conversation, why are really perishables the first thing you chuck in your trolley? You chuck all your heavy crap on top.
Yeah, we've had this, haven't we? Yeah, we know why.
So you should shop from back to front anyway.
Yeah, possibly. It's been a very interesting discussion this week. I've been very pleased for first season. Third season?
Third season, episode 1.
Should we do it again next week?
If we must.
We must. We've got more questions to answer.
Yeah.
Let's do it again next week. I'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday, my friend.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.